Ferrari's father was named Alfredo, after the fettuccine. Enzo's older brother was also named Alfredo, after his father, obviously. And when Enzo was just 18 years old, he watched both of those Alfredos die from the flu. So many years later, when Enzo had his first child, he named him Alfredo, obviously in celebration of his departed father and brother. And then he watched that little Alfredo, Alfredino, wither and die horrifically from muscular dystrophy when he was just 24 years old. Dino wasn't just the sickly son of the boss. After studying mechanical engineering, he worked at Ferrari and was particularly interested in engine design. It was Dino who pushed the company to build that V6 for racing, though sadly he never got to hear the engine run. But less than a year after his death, the Dino V6 wasn't just running, it was racing, and it later powered Ferrari's first ever mid-engine race car. It was still racing almost a decade later when a sanctioning body rule change hit. For continued participation in Formula 2, Ferrari had to build 500 road-going versions of that racing engine within 12 months. It doesn't sound like that much, but for decades, Ferrari's sales volumes looked far more like Bugatti's than today's Ferrari. Building and selling 500 additional cars would almost double the company's annual sales. That presented a serious problem, because it meant Ferrari couldn't go racing. Paul Frere is the guy who popularized the quote from Enzo about a Ferrari needing to have 12 cylinders and anything less than 12 being less than a Ferrari. There's a big problem with that quote though, because by then, Ferrari had already made 4 cylinders, straight sixes, V6s of 60, 65, and 120 degrees, straight 8s, and V8s, in addition to the V12s and flat 12s. Enzo Ferrari didn't seem to give a flaming piston skirt what the engine layout was, so long as he was winning. Pininfarina, don't forget, had been responsible for the design of just about every Ferrari, and to help persuade Il Commendatore, mounted the Dino V6 right in the middle of a show. For the record, the Dino script was Alfredino's own signature. The motor was punched out to 2.4 liters, giving us the 246 GT. A little wheelbase stretch gave us some more stability. Its construction was simple. It used a tube frame to which aluminum body panels were riveted. In addition to being Ferrari's first mid-engine road car and its first road-going V6, this was the first Ferrari to use rack and pinion steering. Its suspension was double wishbones at all 4 corners, and it had 4-wheel disc brakes, meaning this was race car stuff for the road, and it was an immediate phenomenon.